Johnny B,
What's up?
welcome back. What's up?
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good.
Good. You been practicing?
Whatever.
You been practicing?
Yeah, of course. Of course, getting ready for Fargo.
Nice, nice. Now, how's your ankle feel?
Oh, my ankle's fine. It was just a little tweak. It's back together.
Yes, nice. Now, you had to fight real hard to qualify for Fargo. Your ankle was giving you pain like the whole time. How'd you feel like getting through that?
Um, I was just telling myself that I could deal. I could cry later. Right now, I just have to wrestle. So, I mean, I heard it at Freestyle State, so I heard it in my second match, so I had to go through another two, well, two and a half really, with it bothering me. But I just like I could cry later. It's whatever. Just got to do it. Got to do my job. And I did it. Ended up winning. And then the next week, um, it was a little tougher in freestyle, but the Greco, I qualified, you know, and just I had to do what I had to do. Now I'm here.
Do you remember any of those matches at all?
Yeah. I remember the first match of Freestyle States. I wasn't feeling great, but I was just I mean, I never really feel great the first match of the tournament. I was cutting a lot of weight to 57. So that first match was whatever, but I ended up teching the kid. It was just like a little slow. And then for the rest of the tournament, it was just I was just flowing. I had ended up with four techs, won the tournament, and then I didn't wrestle Greco at Freestyle States. I wrestled Greco at Northeast, and then Northeast I sold the bag a little bit, but in freestyle, just my foot was limiting me a lot. But for Greco, I was able to qualify. Took six, so wrestling both at Fargo.
Now, with Freestyle States, you're already qualified. So, what made you want to also go wrestle in Northeast after that? Because most people don't choose to do that, really.
I just wanted more experience freestyle. I don't really get to wrestle, like compete in freestyle that often. There's not many tournaments, so you need the experience before Fargo to be able to actually like know how to wrestle, mat awareness and stuff, which is really important.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is important. What do you think was like your biggest takeaway from both tournaments?
Takeaway, um, just cardio, cardio wins. So. I definitely need to get it. I've been working on it, but I've been trying to get a lot better for Fargo. I need to be able to sprint for 4 minutes straight during my matches. That's how I'm gonna win.
Do you think that might be skewed a little bit since you weren't 100%?
Yeah, definitely, but I don't really. I could wrestle at 40%. I could wrestle at 100%. No matter what, like the flaws that I have, I'm gonna try to fix because if I have flaws at 40% and I fix it, my 100% is gonna be a lot better. So. And then the next time I wrestle at 40%, it'll really be like my 80 originally.
Yeah, yeah, true. So, how do you train for your cardio?
Go on I do a lot of zone two on the bike. Go on there for like an hour, just like 120 to 145 heart rate, and I do sprints like with the battle ropes on the bike, on the assault bike, and just I wrestle hard at practice. So the best way to get wrestling conditioning is to wrestle. So just wrestle as hard as I can.
Yeah, nothing replaces that. So, like, how's your body feeling? Like, do you like try to push yourself until your body's feeling like really, really tired, like your lungs are getting ready to like blow up?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels like that. I've been, especially like now that it's summer, it's a lot hotter in the room. So you push and like you feel like you're gonna die. But it definitely push. as hard as you can. Try to get your VO2 max higher. That's really it. I mean, I've been working with Jimmy Ryan a lot, just wrestling hard with him to get me prepared.
Now, that heat wave we just had, I think it was like a 3 day heat wave. What'd you do during that?
I was dying at practice. I
You
thought
practiced during it. Wow.
it was tough. It was really tough. 'Cause I was training just as hard, but it was like 105 degrees in the Fargo room because that room's like a brick oven. It's either there's no insulation. It's either ridiculously cold or ridiculously hot. No in between.
So, what made you guys want to like practice really hard? When did you guys decide to like tone it down because it was so hot?
Um, not really. Just it was a good opportunity for me to, you know, get some like just get some hard training in and just build some mental toughness because it's never going to be that hot in the Fargo Dome. So no matter what, I'm able to wrestle with Jimmy for 2 hours straight in 100-degree weather. Could wrestle for 4 minutes with some random kid from wherever.
True, true. And these past couple of weeks in Final X and in that last UFC card that just happened, cardio was a big thing. Like watching PJ and Yanni seemed tired. He's not gonna say it, but he seemed pretty tired.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've definitely been pushing that. It's always been I don't want to say a flaw, but it's cardio's never been the best part of my game. So I've been trying to really push it because you could be as good as Yanni, right? I mean, Yanni teched PJ in a period at the first match, but then you get tired and then you get suplexed on your head and then you end up getting pinned. Like, definitely helps. You could be the better wrestler, but if you can't get through a full match, you're done. Thumbs up.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So do you think that your cardio can get you to beating these high level guys that might be better than you?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely, as long as I'm putting it together, I know I'm good. I know I'm strong. I know I'm fast. I know I could wrestle. I know I could sprint for 4 minutes straight at this point. So if I could do that, there's no reason why I can't beat anyone in the country.
Now you mentioned in our last interview about like cardio with fighters versus cardio with wrestlers, and the reason why Marab is just able to outpace everybody is because he's a wrestler first and a fighter second. So I want to ask, like, do you how do I say? So like, where is most of your cardio like coming from?
Um, I mean, I feel like obviously like the actual science behind it, like their cardiovascular endurance and stuff, but it's also like a mindset. Because your mind, like your mind wants to quit a lot before your body actually can't go any longer. So if you push really hard in the room, push yourself past your limits, you're not gonna quit during your matches. And even if like you're you're not super duper duper Marab cardio, if you have the mindset to keep pushing and to keep battling you're gonna finish out a match strong. Like just 30-second sprint, but the whole match pretty much.
Yeah, true. And then trying to keep it to the UFC in a way. Those two championship fights, we kind of saw that. Like with Pantoja, he was like calm, cool, collected, and he wasn't even breathing heavy at all. He just got the body triangle and pretty much did that the whole fight, and then choked the guy out.
Oh yeah, Pantoja is really good. I mean, he knows what he's good at and he makes sure he gets to those positions. Like he knew that Car France was ridiculous power puncher, probably the hardest 125 puncher ever, to be honest with you. So, he keeps that high guard and just pushes forward, just relentless pressure. I mean, every round yesterday, the first 20 seconds, he shot a takedown immediately, just pressured. Kai. So, I mean, it's very good. Knows what he has to do.
And then the main event, Zafar and Oliveira. I was talking to Rob McGlynn during it. He's saying that Oliveira didn't really put up a fight. His mindset just wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I think just Ilya is the best fighter in the world. I've been saying this. I called it this week. I knew it was gonna happen because he really is. He just he's special. He's a once in a lifetime talent, and he's doing what McGregor did, but staying consistent with it. You know, defended the featherweight belt, knocks out one of the greatest lightweights of all time, probably top three, probably Habib Islam, Charles. So if he stays consistent, he really is the best fighter ever. He's in that conversation. He's probably top six right now, now that he's won the second belt and the way he did it.
But he was saying he's going to knock Oliveira out in the first round and all that. And me included, a lot of people call it his bluff because everyone says that. He actually went out there and did it. TJ and Yanni, Yanni's a four-time NCAA champ, world silver medalist, right? No one thought this high schooler was going to be able to beat him, but then he does it. So it's like, why are these two guys, why is their mindset so much better than these other wrestlers and other fighters? And these aren't like regular people they're going against. These are great athletes. Like,
Um, they're just they're different. People like the will to win is very strong with some people. So if that's what makes a champion. Like champions are made, but they're also born. You're not if you're not born with the with wanting to rule, then you're not gonna be the best. Like you see it. Like people can be born with natural talent, but if they don't want it, they're eventually gonna fall.
so now you're heading into Fargo, and people in NYC know how good you are. The Catholic school wrestlers know how good you are, but the people in other places and the guys you might go against at Fargo, they're not going to know who you are, right? There's going to be a lot of unknowns, a lot of dark horses. So, what do you think is going to be in your head going into that tournament that's going to allow you to cause a lot of upsets?
Well, I'm going in knowing that I can beat anyone in the country. I know it. I know anyone can lose on any given day, no matter how good they are. So I'm just going in with a chip on my shoulder, not looking at rankings because it doesn't matter if I'm seeded or not. We're all in the same tournament. So catch someone in a tight gut, catch someone in a tight lace, they're done. The match is over. So, I just gotta wrestle to the best of my ability, make sure my hand fighting's good, stay low, make sure I can run sprint the whole match for 4 minutes. And just understand that I'm the best. That's it.
Now, you keep mentioning sprint for 4 minutes. That's a different level of cardio. How do you think you're going to get to be able to be in such a high threshold for that long duration of time?
Yeah, I mean, if if I no one really wrestles for the full 4 minutes. But so if you wrestle for the full 4 minutes, I mean, if you're able to do that, then you're gonna catch guys slipping. Some guys just they stop wrestling for 15 seconds and then you catch them on their back and you pin them. So even it's gonna be challenging, it is, but if I give it 100% for 4 minutes, I know I can win every match, and I'll have plenty of time to recover for my next matches. I mean, the tournament, it is a really big tournament, but it is spread over 3 days. It is day before weigh-ins. So I know I'm not gonna have a unbearable amount of stress in my body sprinting for those 4 minutes. So I just know I can do it.
Now, when I interviewed GL Molinari and Michael Amatina, they mentioned all the recovery that you have, and I'm pretty sure that plays a role in how you're able to perform so well and train the way you do and not get hurt and be able to keep training and training and training and training. So like, talk about some of the recovery stuff that you have that you're at your fingertips pretty much.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in recovery. I don't think a lot enough people really take their recovery seriously. I every day I'm icing my knees, I'm icing my foot, I'm heating up anything, all my sore muscles. I'm taking Epsom salt baths, I'm taking ice baths, using the normal tech compressions, massage gun, just doing whatever to make sure my body's in tip-top shape. And especially now that it's summer, that's really all I can do. All I really do is just wrestle, lift, and recover. It's my day. So just really take it seriously. And I wouldn't I would not be where I am right now without the recovery. I would probably be very injured.
Now, there's like people on two sides of the fence here. There's like the old school recovery, just stretch, Epsom baths, like you said, uh, taking the day off, maybe, dynamic stretches out, the basic stuff, the old school methods and all that. And then there's the fancy stuff, the massage guns, the saunas, the built-in saunas, the portable saunas. That's insane. And all like the fancy stuff. So what side of the fence are you on mostly? The fancy advanced recovery or the old school stuff?
They help each other hand in hand for sure. Obviously, the old school stuff, stretching and all that, like stretching, like you need to stretch. If you don't stretch, you're gonna be stiff as a board, pretty much. I mean, I'm not exactly the most flexible guy in the world, but if I'm not stretching, then I literally wouldn't be able to move. But also, like the new school, like the fancier stuff, helps because it's more scientific. So it really makes sure my muscles are recovering fully for each hard training session. And I just gotta and they work together. Like you have to have best of both worlds. You can't do one without the other. There's
Right.
a
But
reason
like
why the old school stuff has been going on for.
for a long time, yeah. Yeah, you're definitely right. But like I see some people and me as well, like it takes a lot of patience to do the whole red light thing, to do all the fancy methods and step by step and all that. I'd rather just take the massage gun, massage wherever, stretch, go an Epsom salt bath, and get some sleep. Drink a bunch of water and stuff. I'd rather not do all the whole portable sauna and this and that and all that. But like you said, there's a balance. But I mean, you think that people that have been doing the old school method for so long, do you think they could just stick with that and get the same results as someone who has access to all the advanced stuff?
I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't necessarily say they'll get the same results because I'm a firm believer in the new science behind everything. But the old school stuff was done for so long. I mean, it obviously works. It just works in different ways. Like, um, it's just different. There's different health benefits with the sauna. There's different health benefits with the red light therapy. There's different health benefits with the cold plunge. So, like, obviously, you'll get good results with just stretching and really that's it. Like getting good sleep, drinking a lot of water. But if you put that together with all the new stuff, like you'll be very optimal.
Yeah, right on, right on. So, looking into Fargo, the weigh-ins, they're kind of unique. Like Brennan Sprague mentioned it, Tristan Levin mentioned it. So it's like, do you think, well, how are you ever going to navigate that? And do you think that all the recovery methods that you have is going to make it easier to maintain your weight and not feel drained out during the 3 day period?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, without them, my legs feel very dead after I cut weight. To be honest, I mean, anyone who cuts weight can attest to that. So with those methods, definitely wakes the body up. I'm not cutting to 65 this time. I mean 57 this time. I'm only cutting to 65. It's still like 8 pounds, but it's not as bad now that I'm heavier. It's just like an hour sauna sit if that, not even. But definitely the recovery helps because it's the difference between wrestling at 60% and wrestling at 80%, 90%, 100%, you know? So it's definitely makes a difference.
Now, in terms of like the technique going into high level tournament like that, I knew someone. He's from PSL, he won cities and stuff. He went to Fargo, and he All American at Greco, couldn't place in freestyle. But right before the tournament, he decided to go to Georgia and train over there, thinking that would give him an advantage. And there were plenty of kids that only trained in the U.S. and they stayed training with U.S. coaches and all that, and they beat him. And it was like the first time doing Greco. He told me, and some of the guys that placed like top three, they didn't go anywhere special, you know. So how do you feel about people doing like extra, probably doing too much to try to prepare for a tournament versus just sticking to what you have?
Um, there's definitely a science behind sticking with your original team. I mean, I think it's good to branch out to other places, but eventually, switching up so many times, you're not going to be able to learn like your 100% moves that you've been learning for a very long time consistently. So you'll kind of hit a plateau, even though you're learning so many different things. Since you're learning so many different things, like it makes it so you can't perfect any of them. So there's definitely a gift and a curse with having access to all those outside training facilities, like different gyms and stuff. Because I mean, I really stick to two gyms. I mean, I train at Farrell and I train at Willpower. And it's definitely giving me more improvement over the last year than like me going to 100 different gyms because even though you're getting more looks, like you're not learning more, you're not necessarily learning better stuff. You're just learning new stuff that you're maybe getting 10% of instead of learning one thing that you're getting 100% of.
And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Definitely makes a lot of sense. So now here's a funny one though. So you and Albert Lula, you're pretty much like the same height, like what, 6'1", I guess, 6'2",
6 foot. He's like
6 feet.
5'11".
It's 5'11", 6 feet, yeah. And you're two very different weights. How is that possible?
Um, Albert's Albert's a small fry, pretty much. No, he just he's never been crazy big. It's just he does bulk up a little bit. We all tell him this. He should wrestle like 44 next year because he has the frame for it. He just needs to put on some muscle mass. I mean, he's just a little skinny, but you'd be surprised. Even though he's that light, he is very strong. He is so be a 124 to be honest with you, and have to wrestle him. He's like a nightmare matchup at that weight class. He really has the perfect build for that weight, but he also has the perfect build for a middleweight too. It's just funny.
So talk about that a little bit though, because some wrestlers are against like actually lifting to build muscle. But, I mean, you can be strong, but certain positions, if your arm, like certain positions, like if your arm is just much bigger than theirs, you can kind of maneuver them in ways and things like that, and kind of beat their strength in a way. You know, if that makes sense. So like, why do you think some wrestlers it takes them so long to start actually lifting weights? Because you still have to build your body.
They're just not informed. Weightlifting and strength and conditioning is the most beneficial thing any athlete can add to their game. Because if you're not strong, I mean, I don't care how good you are. You could, like, if you wrestle someone who's at your level and they're stronger than you, they're going to beat you. It's just how it is. Like, if everything's equal other than strength, they're going to win. So it's not necessarily the deciding factor, but it is a factor in the many factors that if everything else is equal, you're going to want to be stronger than your opponent. Like, I'm a big believer in strength training. I strength train like 4 or 5 days a week, hard. I mean, for Fargo, I've been doing a lot of explosive things, not necessarily just compound movements, but I'm like trying to build explosive strength. But it's very beneficial. You like even just the last 5 weeks of switching on my training, I already feel like a different wrestler. So I feel there isn't an exact way to do it, but if you train in blocks and you switch it up every few months for different things, you're gonna be a much better wrestler.
Now, is there a thing with people that are just like they're not strong in the weight room, but they're like freakishly strong if you wrestle them? Like Rampage Jackson, for example, he always says that he's like really strong, but you could probably do all your like way more compound lifts than he can. You could probably squat more than him, deadlift more than him. But obviously, you watching him fight, he's picking up everyone and just slamming them on top of the head. Meanwhile, if you put him in the weight room, he's not going to lift too heavy. You know, so
Yeah.
you think
It's
there's something to be said for people that are just like genetically strong?
definitely some people are just genetic freaks. I mean, if you don't train a lift, you're not going to be strong at the lift. I mean, you could be the strongest person in the world, and if you don't bench, you're not going to bench that heavy compared to the rest of your strength. So there's definitely like it's also technique lifting. Like if you know how to lift, then you're going to lift heavier than someone who doesn't know how to lift. But like someone like him, just genetically strong, like they've just been doing stuff their whole life that makes them strong. It's just how it is. Some people aren't that lucky. I mean, it's not really luck, but it is kind of luck with the genetic lottery. So if I mean but also if you're genetically strong and just genetically gifted, like have the genetics for cardio, speed, whatever, and you train those things and you amplify them, then there's no stopping you. So there's still no reason why anyone shouldn't be strength training. It's beneficial for everyone, no matter what, as long as you're doing it right.
So where do you think like your talent, well not talent, but like where do you think your gift is? Is it your cardio, your speed, your strength? Like Steve Ruggiero has a speed. I'd say Brennan has like a fast twitch. But like so what do you think yours is? Is strength, speed, cardio?
I've always been really strong. That's really all I've been. I've never been the fastest kid around town. I've never had the greatest cardio. Even I've had to work for those things, and they're still improving. But one thing that I've always had is strength. I've just been pretty strong my whole life, as I can remember. So it's definitely helped. It's definitely gave me a good base for wrestling. I mean, you could ask my teammates, you could ask the people I wrestle. That's one thing people do say, not to gloat, but that's my thing. I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't think it's golden at all. I think it's just acknowledging, what you have naturally and just working around it, working with it. I think it's important to notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of my game. Definitely is. I try to bully people, and a part of that is just being stronger than them, being able to move them. I mean, it's also technique too, being able to do that, but if you're stronger than someone, it's a lot easier to move them. It is, no matter how good they are. It is a lot easier.
Definitely. And something TJ Dillashaw said recently on Rampage Jackson's podcast, they were talking about Marab after he beat Sean the second time, and TJ was saying, like, you can't get that kind of cardio. That's like genetics. Like, you can't train to get that. Or example of your teammate, like Steve, he's probably just genetically fast like that. Like, maybe if someone tried to train to get that, they probably couldn't. So I want to ask, like, do you think that's true? What TJ said? Can you actually train to get the level of cardio somebody else has, the level of strength somebody else has?
Um, it's definitely possible if you put in enough work, but eventually you're going to hit your ceiling. Everyone has a natural ceiling, no matter what. So if you're genetically gifted and you get a higher natural ceiling and then you train to meet that potential, you're always going to be fast. You're always going to be have more cardio than someone. It's just how it is. Eventually, you're going to hit your natural limit, which sucks, but it's the truth. So you have to definitely work to reach that, but you just have to accept that some people are just naturally going to have something more than you. It is what it is. Just got to work past it.
Definitely, definitely. So now, last one, you're heading into Fargo. It's your first time there.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going in there. What's the mindset? What's the plan?
Going in there, I'm gonna try to attack everyone. That's it. I know I know I can compete with the best kids in the country. I know I train with some really good kids everywhere I go. And I know I can compete with them, so there's no reason why I can't compete with everyone else. I mean, I'm training, no one's, I've been training with Jimmy a lot, like I said. I mean, no one there is going to be much better than him. And, we scrap. So I know I have the ability. I know I have the ability to All-American. I know I have the ability to win. It's just a matter of making sure that I'm 100% mentally there, like not counting myself out of any matches, just wrestling the full 4 minutes because anything can happen. I could be down 9-0 with 30 seconds left and I could pin the kid. I know that. I've done it before. So it's just got to grind. That's it. I really do. It's just, I know I'm the best. Just got to keep telling myself that.